Good afternoon. Welcome to the Inspiring Inkin Facebook page. I'm Amanda Fowler. Today is the 23rd of March 2021. If you're here, could you say hello? Let me know where you're joining me from. I'll check on my iPad, make sure I'm live in the right place. Yeah, looks like I am. Just tilt that a little bit. Hopefully that is all good. Okay, so how are we today? Lots of things to talk to you about, but first, if you're looking at the video, and underneath the video, you can see a little square button. This is only if you're on Facebook. If you're watching the replay on my blog or YouTube, you'll be able to see this. But if you're on Facebook, you should be able to see underneath my picture a little bell in a white square. And you can actually click there and that will get you all my live notifications every time I go live. So that is a good thing to do because then you always know. But I'm always here at 2 o'clock or maybe a couple of minutes after 2 on a Tuesday. How are we today? Let's see who's here. So Mum's here, Pauline, and Michelle and Lynn and Judith and Margaret and Jen and Anne and Rosie and Sheridan. Fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, I am just tweaking this. Ooh. Oh dear. My is it steady? Is it in the right place? So my first question to you, is the sound okay? I went live with the team this morning and the microphone seemed to be giving my phone a few issues. It made it overheat. So I'm hoping that going live without it is okay. Let me know if the sound is okay, and equally let me know if the sound goes a bit wonky. Oh! Calgary is in the house. Deborah's here. And they got surprise snow. Presumably you don't normally get snow in March. Sue's here. Sound is good, says Sue and Judith, and Michelle saying it's fine too. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So, few things to tell you about then today. The first is, can you believe it? It is our Craft and Chat first birthday today. Happy birthday to us. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, and thank you from the bottom of my heart that you have been here every week for the last 52 weeks or without fail. That's amazing. I am thrilled, and none of us believed that we would be in the position that we are in now. And you know, when you stop and think about it, it's very sad, the loss that so many people have suffered. And COVID has a lot to answer for, absolutely. But there are some happy things. Craft and Chat is a happy thing. And being able to chat to you has kept me sane over the past year. You know, and I get little emails and little messages and cards through the post. People saying, you know, that it's meant something to them too. And when I actually re-watched my little launch video, which said I'd be chatting about, you know, life in general and baking and crochet and my dog And I've been doing all of those things. And then I howled with laughter because it said, you know, their crafting chats are going to be like half an hour or 45 minutes. When was the last time they were only 45 minutes? Obviously I'm chatting quite a lot these days. So I was thinking that actually getting them back down to about an hour, probably what we should be doing. But, you know, there are things to say, then we chat, don't we? So, what I thought in honour of our first birthday was I have some of the most amazing bloom paper from Celebration. I didn't bring it upstairs with me, but it's the one that matches the Pierced Blooms dies. It's got Seaside Spray in it and the blues. I've used it loads. You guys have seen it loads. Well, obviously it's not available anymore because Celebration's finished. But I have been squirreling it away. So I have 12 packs of paper. And so today at 2 o'clock. So on Thursday, so that'll give you a little bit of time. On a Thursday, I'm going to go through with a random generator and pick 12 people who have commented on the video. And so that can be on my blog or on YouTube or on Facebook. But I'll go through and I'll randomly select 12 people and I will pop a pack in the post to you just to say thank you. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for hanging out. And just being awesome. I have to say, for my awesome international friends, unless you're in Europe, I'm afraid I can't pick you. So if the random selector picks you, and I know that you're overseas, I'll pick someone else. But if I don't, and I put a comment on, then if you can let me know. So I can only send the products to the UK, France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands. But my international friends, I love you. And you are awesome, and I'm thrilled that you come and hang out with me. Okay, so let's have a look. So Donna's here. Sound is fine. Chris and Angela are here. Donna, oh no, Donna's under flood watch. Yeah, I was watching the news. It's just awful. Stay safe. Do whatever the people tell, you know, the people in charge tell you to do. They tell you to leave. Anne saying she loves our get together every week. So, oh, goodness me. Jenny says she hasn't been around much because she's had emergency brain surgery on Sunday a week ago. How are you? That is incredible. I hope that you are resting, Jenny, and recovering well. Lots of people saying that obviously I'm looking better. I'll come to that in a minute. They're fine. Good. Okay, right, so everyone's here. So yeah, so what do I have to tell you about? Kind of what's been happening here. I ended up last week with a couple of hospital appointments I wasn't expecting, which meant that I ended up having a couple of days off I wasn't expecting to have off. I'm fine, don't worry, I'm all good, but it was unexpected, and I think that's something that I particularly need to get better at. I need to be a bit further ahead so that I can actually, you know, take some time off. So that's kind of my learning, and I'm kind of passing it on to everyone else. Find some ways of kind of getting yourself ahead. We have this saying, don't we? You know, I wish the world would just stop. Let it stop for a day so I can catch up. Well, my kind of new mantra is, what can I do to get ahead so that it doesn't matter if I have to stop? So the team were talking about a few things today, and Rosie, I'm not sure whether Rosie's here actually, but Rosie was saying that she's programmed all her birthdays into her phone, so that it reminds her that she needs to, you know, send a birthday card or get a present or that sort of thing. I do that with reminders of things that happen once or twice a year, like car MOTs or dentist appointments and that kind of stuff. Because, yeah, they're in my diary, but I might not notice. But if I have to book something, so here's another example, the chimney sweep. So we have a log burner, and you have to have your chimney swept every year. It's actually, I don't know that it's a law, but it's to do with the insurance. So basically, obviously, a lot of house fires are caused by chimney fires. So you have to have your chimney swept. But it happens once a year. So I just don't think about it. But I've got a reminder in my phone, like 6 weeks before it's due, to ring the chimney sweep. So I bet you've all got some hints and tips of things that you can do to get ahead. Share them in the comments and I will read them out. So, Jenny, you are silly. She's just said, she said that she's in bed, but they found a brain. Yes, that's good. Let's hope that it's all sorted and all fixed. So let's have a look. Judith's saying she really looks forward to Craft and Chat, and it's helped no end with her sanity. And Tessa's arrived. Marlene's saying her parcel's arrived for next week's Craft Along. That is amazing news. I am thrilled it has arrived. Because here's the other thing, okay? So I was so ahead of myself like 10 days ago. I was way ahead of myself, and then all kinds of things happened and I was behind again. So that is really good news that it's arrived. It's got a week to go. So long as it's here this week, that's good. So yeah. Pat's saying she's happy because her kit came today and she's got 5 men's birthday in the same month. Well, we're probably going to cover 3 of those for you. So that's good. Goodness me. Okay, so lots of people have got their kits. That is brilliant. Okay. So, what else? Where am I from, Jenny? Okay, so my home, where I was born, is Nottingham, which is right in the middle of the UK. But I left there at 1920. No, not 1920. I was either 19 or 20. So over 30 years ago. And for the last 26 years, I've lived in Fareham in Hampshire. So right on the south coast of the UK. So if you look at the south coast of the UK, and there's a little island called the Isle of Wight. I live kind of just a bit north of that on the mainland. We're about 5 miles from the sea, which is really cool because we can go there quite often. And Lorraine is excited for her first ever craft along. Fantastic. Lots of people here have done all of them. them. We have a lot of fun with that. Marlene's saying it's the best place, Nottingham. It's still my home, even though I've lived away from it more than I lived there. It's crazy, isn't it, really? So there we go. Right. So, I mentioned this last week. I'm going to say it again. Tomorrow, 7 PM, the retired list goes live. And if you've never heard me talk about the retired list before, basically anything out of the annual catalogue, which is the big thick one, that hasn't made it into the next big catalogue is being retired. And basically it's a while stocks last, and we just have to, stuff is sold and sold out. Sometimes there are discounts, sometimes there aren't. It depends on all sorts of things, but somebody makes those decisions, not me. So yeah, we never know. We never know what is going to go live, whether there will be any discounts. I will be sending out the link and the list to everybody who's on my mailing list at 7 o'clock tomorrow, or as soon as it goes live, and I can actually copy and paste it into the email. But your best bet to look at things is to go onto my online store. So you can go from my blog, which is www.inspiringinkin.com, and click the shop now button, and it'll take you directly to the store. And there will be like a tab on there which says retired list or last chance list. They call it different things each year. So that is going to be the best place for you to see what's retiring and what's discounted and so on. The list is likely to be quite long, and some things are going to be on that list that aren't actually retiring. Okay, so we are having a bit of a format change with the Photopolymer Stamps. So if I'd been sensible, I would have bought a pack of Photopolymer Stamps upstairs. But anyway, I don't have one, so I can't show you. But when you look at a set of Photopolymer Stamps, you've got the paper insert in the stamp set, and on the front it's got pictures of all the stamps. Those paper inserts are going to be changed so that there is a picture of the stamps on the inside, so when you open the case it'll be on the inside as well as the outside. So what that means is the stamps themselves won't have a printed acetate. So if you look at them now, they have a printed acetate. They won't have that because it'll be on the insert, on the paper insert. So they are classed as a reconfigured stamps. But because the product itself is slightly different, they are going to be on the retired list. So they're not actually retiring, it's just the packaging is changing. And it's a rolling change as well. So if you buy the stamps this week, you might have the old packaging, and next week you might have the new packaging. I hope that makes sense. Let me know. Let me know if it makes sense. Hi Julie. I saw I got a notification for you just before I went live, and I haven't read what you wrote. I will respond in a minute. Yeah, let's have a look. See. Jenny's asking if it's my birthday. No, my birthday's in May, Jenny. End of May. Yeah, that's when we're going to have Christmas. Kimberly and Connor are talking about Christmas. So We're going to be having Christmas in May. Yeah, no, not my birthday. No. Okay, so I've told you about the retired list. Go shopping. Absolutely go shopping. Right, so there is another issue here in Europe. So not for my international friends, but here in Europe, there's another ongoing issue with the refills. So I think it's Seaside Spray. There's still an issue. So the ink refills have all had to go through some more customs rules and regulations. It's to do with the chemicals in them and imports and safety data sheets, and we've been talking about this. It's so boring. We've been talking about this for over a year. But anyway, the re-inkers, most of them are now coming through, and they should all be through probably in April sometime. If you are still looking for Seaside Spray re-inker and you haven't been able to get hold of it, can you let me know? Send me an email. Don't message me. Send me an email so that I know that you're still looking for it, because obviously once the retired list goes live tomorrow, those colours will be going, but currently you can't order it. So I'm trying to find out what's happening about it. So if you are missing any of the colours, then let me know. So these are only, hang on, let me get my catalogue. These colours are Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, Pretty Peacock and Seaside Spray. I think it's only Seaside Spray that you can't order. Hi Gordy. Yeah, I think that's the only one that you can't order at the moment. So let me know anyway if you are still looking for those colours. So they're the in colour re-inkers 2019 to 2021, and they will be leaving the catalogue starting tomorrow. Okay, right. Oh. I'm not doing very well with Matt not chatting for hours, am I? Because it's nearly 2:30 already. So I do have some crafting and some things to show you. So let's start out with, I've got 3 cards, and I think everyone that sent them to me, I'm going to have some coffee because my voice is going. Oh dear. Right. Yeah, my voice is still a bit gravelly. Hang on. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Okay. So the last thing before I show you the cards. The last thing before I show you the cards is to say I had my COVID vaccine on Sunday. I'm very excited. So I had the AstraZeneca, the Oxford vaccine. So my arm was a bit sore. So I had it on Sunday. Yesterday I was a bit headachy and a bit fluey. Today I feel bright as a button. Although at lunchtime I thought, oh no, the headache's back. So I'm just taking lots of fluids and a bit of paracetamol. But you know, it's all good. I'm very excited. So my next one is booked for 6th of June, I think. So that's going to be really cool, because then I'll feel like I'm, you know, able to protect those I love and go visiting and do all of that. Good night, Jenny. It's 1:30 in the morning there. Sleep well. Julie, message me. I can send you my mailing address. Yeah, I'm very excited about having the vaccine. But it's the same. It's the same with everything I do. I'm more excited about the people I'm going to protect. That's why I had it. Margaret, you're not ancient. Margaret says she's having her second one tomorrow because she's ancient. Oh, and Julie's getting her second jab in a couple of weeks and she's in the US. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's all very good. Right, okay. So I've got these cards to show you. I've got 3 cards this week. And I think everyone is here. So this is the first one. This is from the lovely Sally. I love this. She's done so much watercolouring with this card. Let me just hold it back a bit so you can see the whole card. But it's so pretty. Such a lovely, lovely image. And then this one, yeah, Jan is definitely here. I saw her name pop up earlier. So, yeah, so that's for Jan. Let me move it a bit closer. Love this. And then this one is from Faye. I think Faye's here as well. So which is really lovely. Love this jaunty angle of paper. So that's really cool. So thank you so much for sending me cards. It's very exciting. And I say this all the time. Think about who you can send the cards to. And you don't need to send them for any reason other than you crossed my mind, I was thinking of you, have a hug in an envelope. You know, this is a paper hug. That's another thing that you can write. Because it's still going to be a bit of time before we can do hugging, isn't it? It is. So, let's turn the camera around and I will show you what we are going to be looking at today. So, hang on. I've got to cover you over so you don't get seasick. I'm going to turn you around. Move my coffee out of the way. Check that you can see everything. Let's see. Okay. So, I have got a kit to show you today, and then I'm going to make a card, but not actually using the kit as it's designed, and I'll kind of explain why in a second. So, what I've got here is, this is the January to June catalogue, and what I've got is an all-inclusive kit. It's on page 6. It's called Hello Dear Friend, and it's £30, and it makes 12 cards. Now I'm going to unbox it to show you, but I just wanted to talk to you about who might like this kit. And the answer is everyone. All the people will love this kit. And for me, an all-inclusive kit is a great gift. So you can give this as a gift to anybody who has never done any crafting. Because everything that they need is included in it. You can give it to, you know, a grandbaby, a tween, a teen. Kim is now 25. Just kind of working out the maths there. And she loves kits because she doesn't have the time to do all the chopping of the card and all of that kind of stuff, and she just wants to be able to take the elements of a kit and make cards. And the beauty of this is there are instructions which you can follow to make the cards, or if you're a more experienced crafter, you can make it your own. So yeah, I think it's kind of an awesome gift for anybody. And at £30, if you send a bunch of flowers to somebody these days, then you know it's the same kind of price. So you know, this is a great thing. So let me show you the box. Haven't actually unpacked it because I wanted to do it with you together. So this is the box, this is how it comes. So if you take the cellophane off it, this is, you know, a gift box. Just put a bit of ribbon and a bow on it. You don't have to wrap it or anything. And it's a nice box. We like a nice box. Okay, so in here, you've got, I am literally going to take everything out. So you've got foam pads and some copper twine. And then, you've got a stamp set and a Misty Moonlight ink pad, which is really cool. And with these ink pads, let me just show you how to use these. With these ink pads, get your scissors and just run it along the label where the join of the lid and the base is, and then do the same on the other side, because then you get like a nice neat line. And these little mini ink spots, these are felt. So they're tiny. I mean, they're an inch square, but they're really good, and they'll more than be enough ink to do all your cards. And then you've got an acrylic block, which is really cool. I love these. So it's a really nice size block. And then you've got envelopes, and these envelopes are printed linings. So there are 6 of the skinny ones with the cards that go with them. So these are card blanks. They're pre-printed. They're white on the inside, but aren't they pretty? So those 6 go with those. And then you've got standard size cards, and again, or standard size envelopes, and again, they're printed on the inside. And then, let me, pull that out as well. And then you've got, so these are the standard size cards. Aren't these pretty? And then there'll be another 3 somewhere. There we go. These are so pretty, look. Okay, so they're your 12 card blanks. So there's no cutting and scoring of the card blanks or anything like that. And then you've got these, which are your later sentiments. And the other awesome thing about the kits is that there is always way more stuff than you actually need. So there are 12 cards, but then there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's twice as many sentiment pieces as you actually need. You've then got these. How many sheets? 1, 2, 3. And these are vellum and they're printed with copper. And actually, I don't know whether you saw that, but they've got copper on them as well. And then you've got die cut pieces. And again, you'll see that you'll have more than you actually need to do the projects that you want to do. I already showed you the dimensionals, and then these kind of look weird, but these are little glue dots. So they're actually, so you know how normally, look, we have glue dots like this on a roll. Well, these are glue dots, and you lift it up, stick it down, and then you peel the backing off. But they're super cool. So you don't need anything. And then this is the instructions. So you've got 4 different designs, 3 of each, and each card, you've got your picture, it tells you how much twine you need to cut, which bits you're going to layer one on top of the other. So yeah, it's just really cool. So if you have ever thought about the kits, this is an awesome one. There are several in the spring, summer and the annual catalogue. Some of them are all inclusive, and that means that they include the block and the ink pad and the stamp set. Some of them aren't. So just be mindful of who you're purchasing for. If you're purchasing for a crafter, it won't matter because they'll have things and they can glue and so on. But if you're thinking about a gift for somebody who you're not sure whether they've got anything, go for an all-inclusive kit. And like I said, this one's called Hello Dear Friend. So I am going to, don't know. I'm just going to grab some of these flowers and some leaves. That I'm going to use on my card. Ooh, and I need the stamp set and the ink pad and the block. There we go. So, what we are going to make today is a double Z fold card. Now, we have made Z fold cards a lot over the years, and yeah, so this is kind of why it's called a Z fold, because this is kind of the way it makes a Z. I've done a Z fold stand card where we've had an extra embellishment on it and so on. And when I was deciding what I was going to do today, I thought, I'm sure I haven't done a double Z, and I haven't in this formulation. So I thought I would share it with you today. So all of the measurements are here. I'm just going to talk you through it. I would often make this with 12 by 12 cardstock. And it's really easy then, because if you've got 12 by 12 cardstock, you score it at 12 and then at 3. And it's really easy maths then. But because not everybody has 12 by 12 cardstock, this one is 11 inches. So it means then if you've got A4 cardstock, you can do it easily. So The card base, this is Misty Moonlight, the card base is 11 inches, that's here, by 4. And I've scored it at 2 3/4 inches and 5.5. And then I've got a second piece of card, and this is why it's called a double Z, because we've got another Z piece. And this is 9 3/4 inches by 3. But again, it is scored exactly the same. So it's scored at 2 3/4 inches and at 5.5 inches. But you can see it's a little bit shorter here. Okay. So the way this card is going to go together is you've got the 2 short pieces on the left of the big card, and then the 2 short pieces are on the right for the small card, and they are going to stick together like this. You just kind of hold it so you can see, and it's going to look like that. So it's kind of got a box in the middle, but it's really cool and really straightforward. So I've pre-prepared all of the pieces of card and paper. So we've got 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 2.5. And we've got 1 piece that is 3 3/4 by 5.25. And we've got the same from the back, because you need somewhere to write. Julie's saying she's never tried this fold. It looks fun. It is. I love fun folds, but I just want them to be nice and straightforward and easy. And this really is, because it's just a little bit of scoring. And there's only one tricky bit at where you put the glue on one piece. Okay, so this is Misty Moonlight patterned paper with the spots. I'm hoping the spots aren't sending the camera crazy. And then I'm going to put the Whisper White on the back. So basically this is so you've got somewhere to write. Okay, so that's that piece. Then we've got this piece, and like I said, this main panel is the front, and then you've got 2 more panels. I have used this awesome embossing folder, and I have not a clue which one it is. Not a clue. Let's have a look. Everyone's probably shouting at me, telling me which one it is. It is Ornate Floral. But because I knew I was going to be using these flowers, you see, I wanted something floral. And what I've actually done, so this is Melon Mambo, is I've embossed the pieces in exactly the same colour. And I'm sure you'll be able to see it, but I'll just bring it up to the camera a bit better. I love doing this. This is one of my favourite things to do. So you've got the texture, but there's also kind of the plain border around. But once you start playing with the flowers and things, it's going to look really cool. So I've got Tombow, just to pop that down there like that. And then remember which way round to go. So these pieces Actually, I'll bring this up a little bit, so because I know some of you screenshot it. You will be able to read all the measurements. Hang on, let me bring it down a bit so you can see it. You will be able to read all the measurements because whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or my blog, I will type up the measurements and you'll be able to see. So these bits here, it's embossed. It's 2 3/4 by 2.5 and a 2 3/4 by 4. So that's these two embossed pieces. That's those two. And then this white piece is the same. So that's 2 3/4 by 2.5. But I actually want to stamp on there. So I'm going to get my mat out. And we are just going to put, I don't know. Hang on. Got to decide what I'm putting on the card, where, so I know what space I've got. Right. So let's go. Okay. We're going to go for just a little note. That's what we're going for. Julie says her wish list keeps getting longer. I understand that. Mine does too. So, this is a little ink pad. It's not stored upside down like our normal ink pads are. So you do have to encourage the ink to flow. So tap onto the stamp and you'll be able to see. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stamp on the back of this just to check. Now I have said this before. When you have a brand new photopolymer stamp, sometimes it's a little bit broken because what it needs to do is it's got like a release agent on it from the manufacturing process, and you need to kind of ink it and stamp it a couple of times just so that it gets, you know, nice and crisp. So let's just try that again. Yeah, that's a lot better. So let me just clean it off. And if you haven't seen this before, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, this is a Simply Chamois. They're in the catalogue, and it's okay that it looks this colour. Starts out life like this really cool pink, purpley colour. But you just put water on it, and it cleans your stamps. Okay, so let's do this for real now. So lots of light taps all over, and just give it a good press down. There we go. And what I'm going to do, surgery on this. Because I want that little tiny flower look. I want this one to go here. Concentrating, not talking. So that is going to sit there like that. Okay, Tombow, where's the Tombow? I'm only putting a little bit of glue on, and then I'll use the dimensionals. on the flower. And then that will go on here. And then all we've got to do is assemble and then decide what we're going to put on the front. So that's this piece. So positioning with a fun fold card is always quite important. So the most important thing for you to do is to fold this up so that you can see that this is going to be the front of the card. So this piece is going to stick here, and this piece at the back is going to stick to the base of the card. Okay, so you're not sticking anything down at the moment, but what you are doing is just positioning it so it's central. Now if you prefer to use a ruler, then make sure you use a ruler. But what I want you to do, once that's pinned down, is kind of let go and just hold this piece here down. And we're just going to pull that out. Okay, so what we're going to do now is lift this piece up and put glue here. This piece is going to stick completely down. And you can use tape, you can use whatever glue works best for you. And then when I lift this up, you'll see that the box piece is formed. But you need to move this right over. And can you see this score line here actually is over the top of that score line? Okay, so don't think it's wrong, it isn't. And this is going to glue just like this section here. So not in here, just the bit where it touches. So again, all I do is I grab hold of it just where that score line is, like that, and then I flip it out, and then you put glue there. Again, you can mark this with a pencil. No glue here. No glue here, just here on the very edge. And then that sticks down. Okay, and look, ta-da! So pretty. Obviously you can put more embellishments on here, but we're going to put embellishments on this piece. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Ooh. Yeah, let's do. Some days you start with one thing and you think, no, actually, I'm going to do this. And actually, let's just grab the rest of my flowers. Grab the rest of my flowers. I wanted a smaller flower. I think. Oh, I don't know now. Tell me you all do this. I think actually I'm going to do that. I want a bow though. I want to put some ribbon on it. I have some copper twine. That's better. Ooh. See, now I'm going to start playing with you. You know, you're happy for me to carry on, right? Oh. I don't know now. What are we thinking? With the vellum or without the vellum? While I just tie a little bow. Don't know, it might be a bit much with the vellum. But wait, I need a bow. So the bow's non-negotiable, but the vellum is. I will be swayed by whatever comments you actually put. Apart from the fact that you're all going to fight now, aren't you? It's going to be like, put the vellum on. No, don't put the vellum on. Let's have a look. See, there's the bow. Yeah. There we go. I'm sorry. That's my winner. For those of you that were voting for vellum, I'm sorry. Today is going to be no vellum. Don't be sad. Oh. So, okay, so Susan's just said vellum and a single flower. That's a bit cool as well. I like that too. But I'm staying with what I've got because it's funny. It's just deciding what to kind of go with your gut. I think sometimes go, yeah, that is the right thing to do. Okay, so I will show you what I've just done there because I appreciate I was just doing something and not telling you what I was doing. So the glue dots are quite large. Obviously the ones in the kit are smaller, but what I do with these is I roll it like a little cigar. Can you see? And what it does is it gives me stickiness, but that's really skinny. I'm hoping that the camera's picking this up. It's really skinny, and then it pins down things like twine. But that twine is twisted. Come on, untwist. There we go. There's still lots of debate going on about what's right, vellum, no vellum, embossed paper, all those things. But you know, that is so cool. This is why I love chatting to you, because you all like different things. So let me show you. Look, so that's what it looks like open. Ooh, I might. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that there. So it kind of opens like that with a square. Is it square? It's probably more of an oblong, isn't it? You've got somewhere to write on the back, just a little note, and that sits there like that. It's so cool. Not sure how to kind of, I'll leave it like that, so hopefully you'll be able to see. But again, a super quick and simple card. It's going to be so easy for you to replicate it at home. You know, 4 score lines and a bit of sticking. And, you know, yes, there is a little bit of stamping on there. A tiny bit. But that's because obviously I've got these embellishments from that card set. But, you know, you could use die cut flowers or butterflies, all sorts of different things to make your cards. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching the replay or you've joined us a little bit late, few really important things to know. The first is everything that you've seen today can be purchased in my online store. There are clickable links here on Facebook, on YouTube or on my blog that will take you directly to the store. Make sure you use my host code to get yourself some extra goodies, which could be a free craft along class or a card and a thank you gift, depending on which you prefer. The retired list for the annual catalogue launches at 7 p.m. tomorrow. That's UK time. That is the 24th of March. If you're on my mailing list, I will email you out links to the list. But the best and fastest way of making sure you get hold of any bargains or any retiring goodies that you want is to go straight to the online store and check out all the links there. It's just so much easier than trying to look at a PDF, because it can be lengthy and take you some time, and then the things that you might want may be gone. I will be back next Tuesday at 2 o'clock here on my Facebook page as always. And the last thing is, because today is my first birthday, not my Stamping Up birthday, no. Let's try that one again. Because today is Craft and Chat's first birthday, I am giving away 12 packs of 12 by 12 patterned papers, and I will do a random drawing of anybody who has commented here on Facebook, on YouTube when it goes live on YouTube, or on my blog. And I will do the draw at 2 p.m. UK time on Thursday. So that is Thursday the 25th of March. I can only send product gifts to people in the UK, France, Germany, Austria or the Netherlands. So I'm afraid I can't include you if you're from outside of those countries. Those are Stamping Up rules. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you here next week. Let's have a look to see what everyone is saying. So Jan's really pleased about the tip with the glue dots. Lots of thank yous. Deborah now needs the kit. Jen, thank you. She's saying it's a lovely afternoon. Lots and lots of thank yous. Thank you so much. Oh, brilliant. Lisa's saying she's going to try the card as well. Fantastic. And so's Maureen. So that is always, for me, that's the reason I keep turning up here. Firstly, to chat to you, but secondly, because you are inspired to go and be creative, and we all need a bit of creativity in our lives. So I'm hoping that you will go and do a bit of creation of your own. So take care. I will see you all again next week. Goodbye.